Hey guys, today this is just a short video to show you how to install these cool arrow tiles for a kitchen splashback. This is the kitchen area. It's quite a small one, and you'll see at the end that these tiles really give this a stunning designer look. Along with the setting out, I'll show you how to wrap them around the corners, add some tile trim and cut the tiles. It's the beauty of tiles these days with so many different designs and patterns. You can really add a wow factor to a room with something like this at an affordable cost. So let's get into laying them and let us know what you think. So first things first, lay some down with some spacers. That will help with setting out the tiles. I'll use 2mm spacers here. I add some more tiles as the setting out will be different depending on which tile you're on. Whatever the tile or pattern, with a kitchen, the most important thing to centre, if you have one, is the cooker area 99% of the time. So the first thing I'll do is centre it and draw a line straight down it. Next, with a kitchen, it would be the norm to start full tile off the worktop and work up. So I'll mark a few rows on the tiles to make sure it works out fine to the top of the cooker hood and the cupboards. With this arrow tile, with the way it sits, it will go full tile, half tile and repeat, so I just need to check it both ways. And with those two marks, you can see how the cuts will be different to the cooker hood depending on which tile it falls on, but these are absolutely fine for me. Then I'll just have a quick check under the cupboards. That's really the last thing I need to check with height, just to make sure that's all good. I'm not really too fussed though, as it's up under the cupboards. As long as I can get the cut off, then that's the main thing. For the width, I'll centre a tile and place it on the centre line on the cooker hood. Then just make sure it works out on various things. As these are a bit like herringbone in the way that the pattern will wrap around corners and continue. Once you've started centre of whatever you pick, like the wall or the cooker hood in this case, the rest of it is what it is. You'll just wrap around corners with the offcut, etc., which I'll show you later on in the video. If you're starting a full tile off the worktops, always check for level first. You can always manipulate the tiles a little bit if need be. If your worktops are really bad, you'd have to start with a level line and then be cutting into the tiles. Okay, now we're all done with the setting out. Just before I start tiling, I'll just test cut a tile to make sure I can cut it in half okay, as I will need quite a few halves for this. And that didn't come off too badly. For spreading, I'm going to go with a 6mm notch trowel, as these are extremely flat on the back of the tiles and they're relatively thin. And as these are ceramic tiles, you can just use ready mixed bucket glue, which is a bonus. I will spread either side of my centre line and just concentrate on getting the middle section up and level, as everything else will be coming off of this. So this is the most important part. After getting a few up, I decided to put a 2mm spacer under each full tile and prop them up off the worktop. This just allowed my halves to fit better to get 2 out of 1 tile and save wastage. Once you've made sure you've got that first section level and straight, you can just cruise on from there doing your cuts and just filling the rest in. Plug sockets are just a few L-shaped cuts. I just scried them and used my angle grinder to cut them easily. The side cooker hood cuts, I could just set a gauge and cut them all the same as it's centered. Now that's all filled in, I'll show you the wrapping around the corners on the boxing. So I've kept the cuts off the main wall side cuts, as that's what will go on here first to complete a full tile. I'm using my laser as a guide, but you can draw a level line here. I put a few up so I can now mark the left cut. Holding the tile in place, I mark to the wall. I will set a gauge on the cutter and cut them all off the same. This speeds up the process and makes sure everything is even. I can then keep both pieces. You can label them like this, and the other bit will go around the corner like I'm showing you here. Now I have my 2 piles of cuts. I can just go ahead and fill in the rest of this pillar. This edge will have tile trim, so you just mark the gap from the bottom to the top with the tape. Transfer that mark to the tile trim and cut through it with an angle grinder or a saw. Make sure you have a metal blade on your grinder if so. This is a metal tile trim by Genesis in a copper colour, which will match the kitchen handles and taps nicely. Just check it to make sure it fits, then that wall can be spread and it can be stuck in place. I just make sure I get a bit of glue on the existing tiles, and then I use a sponge just to wipe the edge, just so it doesn't get messy with the trim. Now we can use those labelled off cuts to go all the way up trim. I just put a little bit of extra adhesive on the edge that sits on the trim for extra bond. These small top cuts I just mark like this, then just angle grind them off. The good advantage of ceramic tiles, they're so soft that anything like this you can just angle grind off very easy. The side cuts, I push the point to the wall and allow a joint and a bit of play. Check they are all the same. Set a gauge on the cutter, then I can run them all off. Remember again to keep the off cut for the next wall. I can then place all those cuts in, and that is that pillar done and looking really great. I'll just draw a level line here to show you if you don't have a laser, and I think you know the drill now. Like I say, it's the same as herringbone, that once you've done your initial first centered bit, everything else just wraps around corners off of it and it just continues. So just remember to always keep that off cut, as that's more than likely going to be going on your next wall. Set a gauge on your cutter, as that will always speed up the process. And I think that's all you need to know. This pillar here, I just finished it with some trim, the sides, top and bottom, just with a couple of miters. And there we go. That is all done. A great designer finish with a relatively cheap ceramic tile. And now you guys have the know-how to do it yourself. Any questions, just ask us in the comments, guys. But take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.